Peace and welcome. Today we have our top 10 relaxing themes in gaming, the chiptune version. And before we begin, we had the good old "your list is subjective" comment, so I must say, yep, it is quite subjective, as music is a subjective thing to begin with. We aren't saying these are the best and it's a fact, but we are saying these are our favorites. It's an opinion. So with that being said, when you tack on a qualifier like relaxing, it's even more subjective, if there is such a thing. But let's not waste any more time and talk about 10 uncanny favorites. Number 10, Dragon Warrior, the Overworld theme. Up first, we have one from the first Dragon Warrior game. First released in 1986 and known as Dragon Quest in Japan. Then later coming to the States in 1989 and being renamed Dragon Warrior. Arranged and composed by Koichi Sugiyama, the man responsible for the music in Dragon Quest 1 through 11, plus many of the spin-offs like the Dragon Quest Monsters series and the Dragon Quest Heroes series. One of our favorite versions of this Overworld theme comes from the re-release that you can find on the Super Famicom, from the Dragon Quest 1 and 2 cartridge. Number 9, Uncharted Waters, New Horizons, Mast in the Mist. Coming from the Uncharted Waters sequel and released in 1994, we played the SNES version for you, but you could also hear it on the Sega Genesis. Arranged and composed by Yoko Kanno. Most of her work comes from anime, including Macross Plus, Cowboy Bebop, Escaflowne, and many more. Most of her music from video games are from Koei games, such as Romance of the Three Kingdoms, Nobunaga's Ambition, and of course Uncharted Waters 1 and 2. Yoko really knows how to make a soft, relaxing style beat, and this one is only more relaxing when you listen to the re-release on the PlayStation 1 and Sega Saturn. Number 8, Pilotwings 64, Birdman. From the 1996 Nintendo 64 game, this is the sequel to the original Pilotwings game on the Super Nintendo. Composed by Dan Hess, he only worked on 2 video games, F1 World Grand Prix and Pilotwings 64. When he originally created this theme, it wasn't exactly for Birdman, but the game director Makoto Wada happened to be walking by, stopped, and listened for a moment, and he gave a nod of approval. So Mr. Hess began adding in various solos, and after about an hour and a few tweaks, he was finished. In November 2019, Dan Hess uploaded to his YouTube account a track titled Birdman Returns, and it is recommended. Number 7, Streets of Rage, My Little Baby. Lucky number 7 comes from our favorite beat-em-up franchise, with its first release coming in 1991 and its latest release coming in 2020, almost 30 years apart. Composed by one of our favorites, Yuzo Koshiro. We have talked about him many times before, and he has a vast amount of styles. That's one reason we like his music so much. He doesn't have just one specific sound where you hear it and say, oh, that's Yuzo. So sometimes people may be surprised when a theme is composed by him. But of course, no one is surprised by this one. He is well known for composing the Streets of Rage music. But this may be the most chill and relaxing theme in the entire series. It's slow, calm, and is definitely a good one to chill and relax to. Number 6, Sonic the Hedgehog, the special stage theme. Coming from the first Sonic game on the Sega Genesis, I will always enjoy the Sonic music, and this theme is one of the most relaxing in the entire series. Composed by a man who didn't do a lot of gaming music, Masato Nakamura. He is very well known in the country of Japan, and not for game music, but for being a member of Dreams Come True. I will always remember my first time playing Sonic, and it's mostly because of the fantastic themes throughout the entire game. Coming from the special stage, this theme gives off a vibe that feels like a dream. It's relaxing, and it puts me in a reflective mood. For me, this is as nostalgic as it gets. Number 5, The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, the title theme. Up next is from the 1998 Nintendo 64 game. This one came down to the title screen and Zelda's Lullaby. Both are wonderful themes in their own right, but this one with that piano just seemed to have a little bit of an edge that puts it over the top. If you chose Zelda's Lullaby, I would completely understand why, and I would never say you're wrong. Music is something personal. Each individual has their own experiences and their own attachments, and nobody has the right to tell another that it's wrong to feel the way you do. Composed by Koji Kondo, this man has created some of the greatest themes in gaming history. He is obviously a favorite of many, and with themes like this, it's easy to understand why. Number 4, Chrono Trigger, Scala's theme. unlucky number 4 comes from possibly the best soundtrack in all of the 16-bit era. Nothing against the Genesis, it has some fantastic themes itself, but this is a one-of-a-kind theme. I don't think the Genesis could produce such a clean and crisp sound such as this. Composed by Yasunori Mitsuda, one of my top 10 all-time favorite game composers. But that's a list for another day. I know a lot of people will choose Corridors of Time, and I can see why. But this one is the one for me. I have liked this theme since the very first time I heard it. Something about it just resonates. The instrument selection, the melody, the percussions, and the overall feel, I love everything about it. This is one of those themes that I will enjoy until the day I die. I wouldn't change a single thing about it. Some may find it a bit somber, but to me, it's absolutely perfect. Number 3. Final Fantasy, The Prelude. Our bronze position is held by a theme that has been in basically every Final Fantasy game ever made. Composed by Nobuo Uematsu, Final Fantasy would not be what it is today without him. I think everyone can agree on that one. The Final Fantasy VI version took the original melody and not only put it on a 16-bit console, but also built on the original melody and really took it to the next level. The flute, along with all of the other instruments, are blended very nicely. It's slower than the version you would hear in Final Fantasy IV, and that really adds to the atmosphere and the overall feel. Plus, you mix in a little bit of that Terra theme, and you have one of the most classic themes in all of gaming. Number 2. Mario 64, Dire Dire Docks. Coming from the 1996 Nintendo 64 game, this is actually one of my favorite games. I can play this game again and again and never get sick of it. Nintendo did a wonderful job building an entire world that sucked me right in. I remember the first time I saw this game. A friend bought a Nintendo 64 and on his way home came by my house and we played for hours on end. Another theme on our list today that is composed by Koji Kondo. This one fits a water stage perfectly. It's ambient, it's smooth, and it has a really nice blend. One thing I have always thought is that water stages have some of the best music in gaming. Maybe because I like relaxing music, or maybe because they have such a unique and tranquil feeling. This one was very close to being number 1. It barely missed out. And up next, our honorable mentions. Donkey Kong Country, Aquatic Ambience. Our gold medal winner today is one of the cleanest themes I have heard in a game. And of course, it comes from another water stage. Water themes just seem to be the smoothest and most relaxing. Composed by David Wise, I think he is a master of at least two things. For one, matching his music to the environment in the game. He does a great job. And number two, giving it a nostalgic edge. David Wise is the type of composer that can make me feel nostalgic when it's the first time I have ever heard it. The only thing wrong with this theme is the fact that it's only about 3 minutes, so I have to hit play again and again. Just playing it once doesn't seem to be enough. I usually have to play it at least 3 or 4 times. This beat out Dire Dire Docks just for the sheer depth of the theme. There are plenty of instruments, and each one has a solid place. And if we didn't limit this to one theme per franchise, the Forest Interlude from Donkey Kong Country 2 would have also made the top 10, and probably in the top 3. But Aquatic Ambience barely beat it out. Both are tremendous, and no matter which one you choose, you cannot go wrong. So our next top 10 will also be relaxing themes, but we will focus on themes that are not chiptune and have CD quality instruments. There may be some synths or some chiptune sounds mixed in some of the themes, but we will be concentrating on CD quality. Thanks to everyone who commented with the submission, rewrote down and listened to every single one. We have a long list of relaxing themes, and we did find some themes that we didn't think about at first. And you know the old saying, 2 minds are better than one? Well, how about 60 or 70 minds? With the help of you, I think we have some of the best lists possible. Also, shout out and thanks to gold level patrons Bearsona, Quantum X, Chris Hayes, and Dimitri. I am ICC. Thanks for watching. Peace.